I'm going to try showing you a couple pictures to introduce myself, and then we're going to get started on our challenge, which today is going to be called Not a Box. So let me show you a couple pictures to explain who I am and what I normally do. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple pictures. Oops, there we go. So my name is Karen, and I am in Austin, Texas, and I work at a museum called Finkery, a children's museum. And normally what I do there is I work in the makerspace. And sounds like some of y'all might work in or get to play in makerspaces too. So this big picture with the word idea in the back, this is our makerspace at Finkery, and we do lots of stuff here. We make with things like there are straws on that table in that picture, but we also do things like woodworking. We build a lot with cardboard, which is a big part of my challenge today. And we even do things like sewing and other kind of materials too. So we do things with chemicals, paper making, things like that. All right, so for our challenge today, I thought we would do something called Not a Box. And for this challenge, I would like for us to finish a sentence. And that sentence is going to be, this is not a box, this is a blank. So again, our challenge is today to be making something, and we're going to call it, this is not a box, this is a blank. And before we keep going, I should say I'm still learning Spanish. Todavía estoy aprendiendo español. But if you prefer, if you're more comfortable in Spanish, you can speak to me in Spanish. Si estás más cómodo hablando en español, that's okay. I can speak in Spanish or in English, whichever you are more comfortable with. All right. So during today's challenge, I'm going to start today by reading you a book. I see it's backwards on my screen. That's okay. I'll read it out loud to you, and I want you to look at the pictures. After we read our book, I'm going to have us play a quick game together to get our imaginations all warmed up and ready. And then we'll spend a few minutes making together before we go out. All right, ready to get started? I see some more friends are joining us. I'm very excited. All right, if you have any questions at any point, feel free to type them and leave them in a chat, and I will be happy to answer them. Sound good?
Okay.
Listo?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. So let's start by reading a book together. I see Antonello just gave me a wave hello. All right, this book is called Not a Box by Antoinette Portis. And again, I want you to look at the pictures since it is backwards. That's okay. Why are you sitting in a box? See the rabbit there? Looks like the rabbit is sitting in this box. I wonder why. It's not a box. And I can see over here, it's not a box. I see the box right there, and I see the rabbit is riding in a race car. What are you doing on top of that box? ¿Qué estás haciendo encima de esta caja? The rabbit looks like he's doing something. Let's see. It's not a box. See that flag? I see the box there. But it looks like the rabbit is on top of a mountain. How cool is that? Why are you squirting a box? Let's see why. I said, it's not a box. And you can see that our rabbit right here is a firefighter. Es un bombero. He's putting out a fire in this big, tall building. Do you see the box in black? Very cool. Now you're wearing a box. See those little ears? This is not a box. Can you see the rabbit inside there? Now he's a robot. It says Rabot. You can see his ears and a little wire in the top. Are you still standing around in that box? It's not a box. What is it? I see a pirate ship, a hot air balloon, un globo. I see an elephant down here. And I see a tugboat over here too. Well, if it's not a box, what is it then? You can see our rabbit is inside. Oh, rabbit's thinking very hard. It's not a box. Do you see that not a box now? Looks like our rocket ship has taken off. It's blasting off into outer space now. And there it goes. All right. That's the end of our book there. Pretty cool book, right? So we know that our rabbit has a pretty big imagination. And that rabbit turned that box, made that box into lots of other things, like a rocket ship or a pirate ship or a mountain. So I figured it might be fun for us to practice using our imaginations and with our boxes, make some other things today. Before we get started building, I want to try something. I would like for us to play a game together. Let's see how this will work over the internet. The game goes like this. It's a drama game. And the only rule is that on your turn, when you're ready to speak or write, you're going to complete this sentence. It's going to go like this. This is not a roll of tape. This is a wedding ring for a giant. So, did you see my sentence? This is not a bottle cap. This is a gold medal that I won in the Olympics. So that's all there is to the game. We're just practicing using our imagination. And I see Barbara wrote that in our chat. Thank you. So if you would like to play this game with me, you can either speak and tell me, look around you, what do you have nearby? What can you use with this game? You can use anything that's on the table near you. And if you'd like to play, you can either speak. Oh, and I see it's in Spanish too. So this is not a blank. This is a blank. Or esto no es blank. Esto es blank. You can type or speak. Let's give it a shot. Does anyone like to share? I'm going to see if I can change
I
mine.
got one.
Ooh, perfect. Let's hear it.
So this is not a shoe. This is a phone.
Perfect. I like that one. Let's see, who else? I'll keep thinking of some too. The sillier, the better.
I got one.
Let's hear it.
This is not a cup. It's a planter.
It's a planter. Oh, I love that. Very useful. Let's see. I'm gonna work on one too.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
So these are not marbles. Can you? I don't know if you can see me because I can't see you, but these are not marbles. These are my eyes.
Ooh.
My pirate eyes.
The pirate eyes. I love it.
And I lost my kid, and I was gonna say this is not my kid. This is my pooping machine. So I'll be right back.
That works too. That's a good one
Yeah.
too.
I'll be right back.
Sounds great. All right. Let's see. I can do another one. Let's
I
see if we can
have
go.
one. Can I
Ooh,
say?
tell me.
These are not dinosaurs. These are my candies.
I like it. Let's see. How about this is not a piece of paper, a triangle, and a roll of tape. This is an ice cream cone. Let's see if we can grab, I'm going to challenge us. 2 more. Let's see if we can get 2 more this is not A's going.
I got one.
All
Okay.
right, let's hear it.
This is not a Post-it. This is a hair accessory.
Oh, very stylish. All right, I'm going to challenge y'all. 1 more. Let's hear it. Or type it.
I have one.
Perfect.
This is not a ruler. This is a sword.
A sword. We can fight.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Thank you. So this is a game that I like to play a lot, kind of when I'm getting ready to make something, just because it helps warm up our brain and it helps us see things that are pretty ordinary, pretty normal, as things that are something else, something more creative, something more special. So that gets us to what we're going to do for the next few minutes. For the next few minutes, I would like us to make together. But what we're going to do is we're going to complete that sentence inspired by our book. This is not a box. Excuse me, this is not a box. This is a blank. So the first step that we have to do is we're going to have to plan out our not a boxes. Necesitamos planear first. When you plan, the first thing you might need to do is you might need to think about what is a box. So a box is something that has 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes the sides look like squares. Sometimes the sides look more like rectangles. That's okay. Boxes can be made out of lots of different materials too. This one is cardboard. Let's see. I've got one that's plastic. And I've even got one here that's metal. So your box might be made out of many different materials. The box that you might have around will come from your kitchen. There's a cereal box that I grabbed, and these are really easy to cut, so I like these a lot. So what I would like for us to do, let's find a box, and then let's think about what can we make our box into? It can be as silly, as goofy as you want it to be. Let's spend a few minutes thinking about those ideas. And I'm going to actually get a big piece of paper, and I'm going to draw my ideas out. And then once we've thought about what to make our box into, then we can build. And here, this is all up to you. This is completely up to your imagination. If you have tape and scissors, great. What can we turn that box into? If you have markers to add decorations, great. Think about that book that we read. Think about that game that we played, and let's see what our imaginations can do. All right? You ready to get started?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. I'm going to be planning right here too. If you have any questions,
¿Por qué va a ser?
let me know.
¿Por qué tiene que estar abajo? Porque yo tengo cosas. Yo tengo ganas de contarlo.
I'm gonna show you how to take this old dresser drawer. Reach out my hand, oh, tell you about over the over the arm. Well, pick me up where golden sign over the sail, tell you about over the arm. Well, I would like to hold my little hand. I would like to hold my little hand.
I saw you had some questions. Let's say, so I would love to share at the end of these next, let's say 20 minutes. So actually, let's start sharing a little bit after 2 o'clock Central Time. I'm going to check on y'all in a few minutes, but let's say we have about 20 minutes. I'm actually going to see if I can share a quick timer with y'all.
I'm gonna do 18.
Okay, for my first idea, I'm going to make a thinking cap over here. Looks like my head is too big.
So we just do anything?
Anything that you like. We're just transforming our box into something else.
Doesn't have to be too detailed, right?
Doesn't have to be too detailed. As many details as you can finish in the next few minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. Ooh. Just right. I can use this camera to help me. If you feel stuck and you're not sure where to start, I would encourage you to think about a couple different things. So, my first thing is to think about your favorite animal. And I think of that just because this box always reminds me kind of a body. So maybe there's some space for a head, some feet, or if you're stuck, I want you to just think about, let's see, we saw some ideas in the book. We saw places like mountains. We saw boxes that were turned into things like race cars and ships and rockets. And what I would also encourage you to think about is our gaming. So you might have seen that I took my box, and maybe the square didn't have a lot of ideas with the square, but I cut my box into a long strip, and now it's a different shape. So I would say, if you're stuck, if you're feeling a little stuck, make a new shape. Maybe I don't see something from my box right now, but maybe if I had a cardboard circle instead, maybe I might feel inspired. Maybe now I see an egg, or I see an alien spaceship, or I see a mask for my face. How's everyone doing? Any good ideas? Barbara also asks, what kind of boxes are you using? ¿Qué tipo de cajas están usando? I'm using a cereal box.
I'm using an Amazon box.
An Amazon box, lots of those around. A shoe box I see in the comments.
I'm using a cookie box.
A cookie box. Oh, someone else is using a cereal box, a juice box. Very fancy. All right, let's see how my head is doing. My hat.
I'm trying to make a little birdhouse.
A birdhouse. I love it. I can make some cake too. Sounds good.
Excuse me, I can use anything, aunque no sea una caja.
Absolutely.
Aunque no sea caja.
Even if it's not a box?
Even if it's not a box.
Okay.
So right now, I have my box. I'm about to add some paper to it. The box is the skeleton. But on
Okay.
top of it, you feel free to add other things too. actually, that comment about an aluminum paper box, that reminds me, I'm gonna go get some aluminum foil for myself. Let's see. I'm thinking that my thinking cap needs a light bulb. And I know that light bulbs usually have a little bit of metal at the bottom. Those of us using cereal boxes, shoe boxes, aluminum foil boxes, I wonder if you can use that color. I really like this yellow color here, so I'm going to try and use that for my design. I'm curious, what other materials are you using? Probably not just cardboard. I'm using aluminum foil. I'm going to use some tape.
I don't know if it counts with tape.
I'm using scissors.
Tape, scissors. Markers. I'm using markers too. I want to add these details.
I put it on my box, and this is what.
These are interesting materials. I see fabric, tape, and a Post-it note. Curious what this one's going to be. And then wax paper, and a cereal box. That wax paper, that's a cool material. It's kind of translucent. It's not quite see-through, but it does let some light pass through. We use that a lot when we make things like shadow stages at the museum too. All right, I have my idea. There we go. Let's see if I can add some more details. I think I want to give us, let's see, how about 5 more minutes? Oh, I saw some maybe not faces. I'll check in with you in 5 minutes. Let's see. Right now I have my light bulb for my thinking cap. This represents my idea. I think I want to add a little more detail to it. When I think about adding details, something I think about is the kinds of things that are closely related, that are similar to my original idea. So when I think about ideas, I think about light bulbs, but I also think about writing ideas down with a pencil and paper. So I think I'm going to add those to the cap next. I also see Barbara's question. Can you tell us more about Thinkery? I would love to. So Thinkery, the museum where I work, we are a museum that's just for kids, and we're a hands-on museum, and we focus on STEAM. So science, technology, engineering, art, and math. And the coolest thing, I think, about our museum is that everything in the entire museum, you are okay to touch and explore and play with and tinker with. We have a big space downstairs besides our maker space. We have a big room that's just meant for building with different materials. You can make marble runs. What else? We have things like a room that's all about light and shadows. And we also have a room upstairs that's, well, 2 cool rooms. One that's all about exploring water, the different ways that water moves and acts. One room is all about the way that you can also practice imaginary play. So if you like playing pretend, we have a whole room that is like a farmer's market. So it has fruits and vegetables, it has chicken puppets, it has a chicken coop for those chicken puppets, and it's got a lot of eggs in it too. Those are a popular item in our farmer's market. Let's see, I see what other materials are folks using? Tape, cereal box, markers, scissors, just a regular box. Exciting. Let's see, I want to add my details to my thinking cap. I made myself a tiny piece of paper. Maybe I can write ideas on this. There we go, ideas. And let's see where that will look best on my thinking cap. Probably right over there. Gotta have a pencil when you're thinking to write things down. At least that's the way that I like to think. Think of things, I'll draw pictures of them. Sometimes I'll write words, but I usually just like pictures. Let's see if I can add that to the other side of my hat. Ooh, maybe that way looks better. And a lot of times when I make things, I run into problems, and that's okay. That's just part of making. Right now, what I'm noticing is that my hat is a little big. I don't really want a thinking necklace. So I think I'm going to see if I can figure out how to make my hat fit a little better. That's kind of more where I want it. All right, I'm going to give us just a few more minutes. Right now, my clock reads 2:06, and I think I would like for us to start sharing at 2:10. Oh, awesome. Have a request. Can you send a big hello to Gimnasio Bilingüe? They're all watching and making the activity. Hello, that's awesome. That's very cool. Bilingual school. Very cool. I hope y'all are making some cool stuff. And I bet you're being super creative and practicing putting your thinking caps on too. Does anyone else run into any problems like I have?
Yeah, my tape is not sticking.
Uh-oh, what kind of tape are you using?
Clear tape,
Clear
because I don't have any paper tape.
Gotcha. Yeah, I found that masking tape is good. I wonder,
Especially for cardboard.
cardboard especially, that big strong cardboard, yeah. I wonder if there's another way you can join it with slots or something like that. Let's see. Noticing another problem. My hair is in the way. Maybe I can do it this way. Ooh, much better. I have to say, I'm kind of glad I'm doing this on camera. It's helping me right now. Let's see. Some tape there.